So we'll be providing a cookbook so people can use that to kind of structure their research. And I'm excited to be, designing that, in partnership with just different people. Someone will ask something on a teach-in, or like I'll be talking to somebody and they'll be like, what about this? And I'm like, guess that's going in the cookbook. So,
gotta put it in there.
Gotta put it in there.
It's one of the really cool aspects of this project that you don't typically see, is that everything is kind of constantly being shaped and evolved in partnership with community. And we're not just because we have experience doing research, we don't know everything. And I think that it's really awesome to be able to get the feedback from the community about how this process, one, should be created, and what's going to make the process useful and helpful and supportive for those who are doing it, and then just how it's going to actually be laid out. And I love the cookbook. I love the recipe cookbook analogy, because you can do you can make whatever alterations that you think are necessary, and then it comes out you come out with a new thing. So it gives a lot of leeway in that for whoever is doing it, so that it fits your personality and your comfort and things like that.
And your taste. I don't know. Can't eat my sister's food. Well, I shouldn't say that on the podcast. Everybody has their own it's okay. She's gonna be like, why you do me like that?
I know, right? We might have to try and delete that out.
I know, right? So we will be doing those two things in tandem. I do think it's important for people to realize that this will be moving pretty quickly. The teach-ins and stuff and the actions, it can feel like, I don't know, if you've been doing it for a while, you can start to get tired. You're like, I don't know, it's still important. Please still participate. And then, once we fund the orgs that are gonna be doing this work, and, once we do our trainings, it's just go, go, go. It is, regular accountability meetings with community. We're not just gonna turn you loose and say, report back in December. No, we're gonna be in conversation. We're gonna be talking to each other. We're gonna be talking to electeds. They're going to be making decisions about how to spend money, y'all. They need to know what we find in.
That's right.
So really just making sure that, this process is accountable to community. This process is, as transparent and accessible as possible. And I just can't wait to see what comes out of, all of this brilliant people working on it. It just excites me. So that's big for timeline. I do think that one other timeline question that I've been hearing is so how does this fit in with everything else? There's a lot going on. There's this 2020 rebalancing thing, whatever that means, right? They're trying to figure out what to do with this money, because 2020 has been kind of I was going to say wreck, but it has been a lot. So they're what do we do? And then there's 2021, 2022 budget stuff, which is just all of those decisions, a lot of them get made now. So if we really do want to be able to push forth this whole idea that, community voice should be a part of that process, this is getting decided now. And this research informs that. This research says, here's what community thinks is important in terms of priorities, but also here's what's important for next year's budgeting process that's larger, that the city's gonna spend more of, more funds towards instead of, just the smaller project. And so the research informs that. The research can inform that community scale up. So you want community orgs to be able to do this work, you got to pay them, because people don't come out of nowhere. We're not about to be, having people working for free. And so, people need resources, infrastructure, et cetera. That's important investment. So the research, will be supporting that effort as well. And also, as we think about what do we want the police contracts to look like, because those are kind of up for negotiation this year. And usually it's kind of a quiet thing that just kind of happens. And then once you realize it's there, it's already passed. And then they're like, oh, sorry, it's in the contract. You got to wait till next time. But no, it's actually how strategic for it to be just in time for this research process to inform that, to be able to shape that, to be able to say, here's what's really important to us, and how about we get that, ink on paper so we make it, we make it look like what we want it to look like. Because I do think that one of the things I learned in this process, and maybe everyone knew this, but I've just learned how much time it takes to like go through a process where someone might be laid off or someone's job might change. Like it takes like months, 3 months, sometimes 4 months. And a lot of what's made this so like interesting and difficult has been just like, for me personally, I wish when I went to school, like this is the kind of stuff that I was learning, because this would actually be useful to like for my life.
Seriously.
There's a lot of things that were useful that I learned in school. Like Latanya and I both, we did a lot of school, right? Like,
yep. So much school. All this, I'm thinking of all those theories. I'm like, really?
Did I really need that one?
Did I need to do all that? I doubt it.
But learning like the sort of constraints around funding nonprofits, or the constraints around like the police budget, and what it takes to like move personnel, and how far in advance people have to know that they're going to get laid off, or like all of that stuff. That would have been super useful, so that future me could be ready.
Right? But they don't want you to know that, it seems like it's meant to be a secret. And so now we know. And this is such a great opportunity to kind of finally make some type of change and have an impact on those things.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't have anything else that stood out to me from the teach-ins or check-ins. I know that we have tonight, we'll have another teach-in, and that's going to be exciting. I'm going to look at the attendee list a little bit later. And then what else is happening? Wait, do we have one? When's your next teach-in? Is it
so tomorrow? we have one tomorrow morning. We're doing it at 10 so that it's before the Moja Fest starts, so you can come to the teach-in at 10 and then get yourself ready, and then be over there at I think it's at Jimi Hendrix, right? At by 1 o'clock for the start. So come to the teach-in at 10, or come tonight at 6. Or do both.
Yes, maximize your chances to hang out with us.
That's right.
Awesome. Well then, like as always, we're not really going to edit this because no one has time for that. But
nope.
if you have questions, again, King County Equity Now's website. Sign up for our email, or like email us. Talk to City Council. Talk to City Council first, then email us, like
in that order.
Order. Let them know that you support this. Let them know why, because like at these City Council meetings, like the public ones and everything, they'll be like, I heard from this constituent, like I heard from this one person, this one thing, and what do you think about that? And you're like, wow, you really be reading this stuff. Like, awesome. I'll tell you what I think. So yeah, cool.
Sweet. All right. I guess that's it.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.